Gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Dark Xenonite, and this is Minecraft Mondays. Now, usually I do a live play of what Cloud, Matt, and I are doing, but Cloud couldn't join me on Monday to do some videos, so I went ahead and built our forge along with a few other little things due to help of a few tutorials. So I'm going to walk you around to what I got going on here. As you can see from me looking around in the background, you can see I got a whole bunch of mess going on here. So let's get to it. Let's flip back to first person and change around some of my gear here. And make sure I keep the food. There we are. And that's back. There we go. There we are. And this. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. So this is our forge. As you can see, I got a bunch of stuff going on over here. But as you can see, I got a nice setup of the forge. For every layer of the forge you get 9 blocks to smelt. You get 9 blocks. It's a smelter, and doubler, a macerator. So for every 1 iron you put in, you get 2 out. As you see, I have a chest sitting here with a hopper coming into the side. What that does, I can put a whole bunch of stuff in this chest. It filters down into here and goes from there. Now over here is your lava control, which is usually right here. It glitches in and out, I noticed. But as you can see, I got pretty much of a full one. But what I've done is I've created a magma crucible and a system just to fill it up from a hopper in there. It melts the netherrack. Netherrack goes in here, fills it. This is actually a magmatic engine. To tell you the truth, I might switch that out and put a force engine in. Those are a little more efficient to me than the magmatics. And that comes into here and that fills up. You gotta be careful on how this pushes out, because you can push it actually into this block, which as you see I have a drain, into the actual system here, which I did. I overflowed it the one time and had to empty out all of the lava. So as you see, there's the template. Now to make the actual bricks, the sear bricks, you need to make grout first. Grout's not too bad. It's just, gravel, clay, and sand. It gives you 2. There's one that's, like that. Same amount of materials are used in each one, so it doesn't matter which one you use. As you can see, this block here, I went and found some lava in the nether and brought it back with me in lava cells so I can stack them. That's how you get that. That's how you get your brick, with sear brick. You place like that and you get the one, so I can put that down. Now first you're going to need a first layer, which is 3 by 3, and then you're going to need 3 outside by 3 outside, so 9 there. So you're going to 9, 18. It just goes up there by 9s. Just think of it by 9s on this side. And then on the front, you can put glass here, it doesn't matter, but you need a tank, a controller. Controller's really easy. Yeah, controller is just a whole circle. There's your controller. There's your casting table. There's your smeltery drain. There's your casting basin. As soon as you make one, it gives you a little book, which this little book becomes your whole handy guide on the smeltery. It tells you different things that you need. See your blur casting for a faucet. You can actually make a drain right in the very bottom of it if you wanted. Probably would have been better if I did that. And it tells you how to make these different alloys. Like the millennium, you need cobalt, ardite, you need aluminum, iron, and obsidian. To tell you the truth, these are the last 2 I need to smelt and put on my rack over here. So that's how it works. If you want me to, let me go upstairs. What do I have less of? Over here is actually all the stuff I have smelted already. Aluminum, brass, copper. I don't know how aluminum ended up. Iron. Yeah, I know my spelling is wrong for aluminum. Gold, bronze, tin, steel. This one's empty right now because I don't have it set up. And I'll show you how I got that. So let's see. Let's grab some steel, I guess. We could smelt some steel. I'll show you this level too. I gotta extend this system down. So let's go into here and see what do I have more of. Aluminum, I have 5. that's not good. How many coppers do I got? 35. That's not good. Iron, I should have a ton of iron. Yeah, I do. Okay. Iron gravel. Okay, let's pull half a stack of iron. Use that as our example. Iron seems to be the one item in this in Feed the Beast Unleashed that you end up getting a ton of. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw that in the hopper, and as you can see, the hopper is going to slowly fill it, and it's going to pop through. See how it's filling up through there, so you can see what's going on. See, this is the reason I use a hopper. That way you can just let it fill. I guess that's all 32. I guess I have enough to put more than half a stack in at a time. So that's going to smelt. As you can see here, this is my casting table. These are my different plates. You make your plates by using this stuff over here. In your stencil table, you go through, you make your stencil. Then you come over here, you put your, you make one of these. This is the pattern chest. Then you make this, the parts builder. You can actually place the items there. Tool rod, chisel, wide guard, stone guard, and it gives me another piece of scrap. As you see, every one of these have a cost. Like that's 0.5. So next time I could actually use a piece of scrap. I make everything out of stone. So now I got my stone guard. Right? Stone guard, you have to come over here. We have to get this aluminum brass in here to make a plate. But what you do, say if you didn't have your plate in here, you would take your item, put it down. There you go. You'd have your plate. As soon as this gets some items in it, you click it, and it'd pour it out around, and you'd give you your plate. Since we don't have the plate, what I'll do is I'm just gonna grab my ingot plate, put that down. Then over here I have two more. I have two more and a liquid duck. The reason I did this is because if you don't have enough, so if you look at this plate, whenever you're about to cast, it has a material cost. That's how many ingots it costs to make each one of these. So, as you can see, the tool rod costs 0.5. So that's how many ingots it costs in here, the smeltery, to make. As you see, 26, 30, there should be 64 in this when I'm done. Yep, see 64, it doubled. As you can see, now I got my power back. So then all you do is just click, let it pour. Boom. There you go, I got an ingot. Of course, it went into my bag. There's my bag, okay. So that's how it happens, just boom. Either way, yep. So now that you get how that works with the faucet and everything, and as you see your melted iron in there. Now you're probably wondering what all this is. This is actually a, come up here and look at it for you. This is actually a ender tank. It allows you to transfer things back and forth. And it's hooked up to liquid duct and all of these liquid routers. As you can see, I have a bucket of copper, molten copper. So if I'm done using all this, I do this. I come over here, click this little button, it all pours out. Hopefully I got enough room in my tanks there. I might not. Oh yeah, looks like I did, okay. So I go ahead and shut that, and as you see, this pipe here is actually pipe it back. So if I want to take see, I need some bronze. So I'm going to click this little button here. It comes over, goes into here, and I should have, oh, look at that, I got 13 ingots of bronze into my smeltery now. Now I can go ahead and make some bronze ingots. As you can see, you can automate a good bit of this. So I actually got to make equipment for some gear for my farms, and this is the easiest way for me to make bronze, because you can smelt everything in here instead of having to make the recipes. I keep forgetting it all goes into this miner bag, which is kind of annoying. So I got 4 bronze ingots right now. I wonder if I put it here, with this stuff in my bag, if it'll disappear. Now you can do this, and you can also put like another hopper under this into a chest, and it'll automatically pull out what you're finished. So as soon as it's finished cooling, it'll pull it out. So you can actually make a lot of this into a, oh, look at that, it still pulls it into there. Where'd it go? What the heck's going on here? I think I got a glitch. Interesting. So that's how it works there. You can pull it out of there into there. So this is a little thing that Minecrafters, made that I sort of help, when to use, because it's a nice little way to store everything that I've made instantly through there. See, I got some copper on the wall I gotta dig out still, and that just pulls everything through nice and easy. Now you see, say we have like some molten bronze in here, and somebody throws some iron in. Since these two can't be smelted together, it's just going to layer and stack. Oop. Pick that back up. There we go. Truthfully, I should take in these bags and put them in here. Kind of makes me mad that I lost those bronze. Liquid, Now, as for these routers, these liquid routers, the recipe on them is real easy. It's just a machine frame, plastic, a few repeaters, and a liquid duct. And you get 8 of them for every one. So as you can see, I've used a good bit. 8 plus, and I want to keep going. This is going to be my wall of molten stuff that I need. I got to figure out a new way to light the room, though. I don't want anything appearing and blowing the place up. So, come on. I got 6 ingots. Let's just go ahead and fill this a little more. There it goes. Now it came back. I got 8 of them. So I need those for a frame for something else I'm doing. Sturdy casing that now. Alright, so come on. As you see here, I still got 5 ingots left in bronze. My iron's looking a little bit full. As you see, iron's one of the most plentiful things around here, along with gold. I made a bunch of bronze because I got to make a bunch of those sturdy cases. Aluminums are a little harder. So is copper. Alright, come on. As you see, now I got 10 ingots and 5 bronze. Now see, what you can do is you can actually turn on this liquid duct and boom, pulls out the bronze, pulls out the iron, and over here it automatically fills which one is needed. As you see, my iron's pretty full, so it's just going to sit in the pipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call some of it back. There we go, call some of it back into here. I got 13, so I'm just going to make it 13 ingots, This is where, automating this with a redstone clock would be easier. That's why, you have this stuff sitting over here. You could just automate it, or you do 2 things at a time. Oh, what happened there? That must have been a bug because it just poured all it out. Interesting. First time I've seen that. And if I wanted to, I could. Oh, there it goes, back in there. This would make a full block. See, it's pulling iron out. Now with this, I go ahead and craft weapons now. I can craft the weapons at the tool station. I can make, rapiers and stuff like that. Make it a little easier. There we go. There we go. Now I got my iron block. One. There. I have a block of iron now. That's going to be nice whenever I start building the cases. As you can see, my fuel's gone down, and I have that. So that's how I can do that one. I'm going to pull that back over into my casing. Oh, I don't have enough room. Dang it. Okay, turn that off. Oh, maybe I did. Okay, good. So that's, you know, the whole forge. The whole forge and, you know, the liquid system. It makes it really nice to keep storage, and you keep everything at one time in one place. And it's going to help us out a lot because we're going to start doing, you know, heavier weapons. You know, weapons you can do, you know, castings on, and different, you know, and ailments and items. So this is how you do it. This is how you build a forge. I'm probably going to build 1 or 2 more levels. As you can see, I'm going to build it to the roof just so we have enough. I don't think I'm going to pour any more iron into it. I'm going to start making the other alloys and using that. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you like it, please comment, like, subscribe, tell me what you think, and I'll talk to you all next time.